Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is that time yet again. Time for what? Time for another Let Us Draw video. Today's subject, Wonder Woman! I'm sorry this video is a little late. A lot of barbecues the past week or two. And I've been doing a lot of job hunting for a new job. I had a job, but I didn't like it, so I went and got another one, so we'll see if that one's a little bit better. Fun times! Anyway, a special treat. I have a guest with me this week. My lovely and talented girlfriend. Another very small channel with nothing on it yet, but we're going to fix that.
Coming soon.
Very, very soon. The lovely Cat Critic. And I'm going to put a link to her channel down below. You have no business looking at it because there's nothing on it yet. But again, we're going to fix that. We're going to get all kinds of fun content on there. And what kind of content do you do?
I'm going to read books out loud so other people can, read books easier instead of doing it by themselves for school work and stuff. Possibly maybe help other people just read in general of all ages, really.
Audiobooks, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
Chapter by chapter, short stories, things of that nature. Which is always a delight. Because who has time to read for themselves these days? Anyway, we'll do more on that later. But for now, let us get to the most excellent video. Excelsior! Okay, and here we are, once again, starting with a circle, as any masterful piece of art should be. Unless you're one of those people who is just so magically gifted with drawing that you can just start drawing whatever it is that you're making off the bat. I can do that on paper to an extent, which is funny because it's easier to make mistakes on paper. They're less easy to fix, whereas when you're doing digital art, it is easy to fix. You have quite the little sketchbook of wonderful little doodles and doodads yourself, don't you?
Yes, I do, but they're not as good as yours.
I don't know about that. For what they are, I'd say they're pretty masterful.
Yeah, I mean, some of them I like and some of them I don't like personally, but I mean, I'm really good at making horse drawings.
Well, it's
my specialty.
As we all know, or at least as I know, horses. You are one of the many notorious horse girls.
Oh yeah.
Yes. But we are not drawing horses today, even though I have drawn quite a few of them. We're pretty deep into this image of Wonder Woman already. I'm really proud of how this one turned out, just because I do a lot of body art, I do a lot of characters, and I have a lot of pre-made bodies and things. I call them my dolls that I do for making character designs and costume designs and things for my own comics, for my own works of art, and then also for anyone who requests them, which I don't get many, but I love doing it. I like to see other people's creations, and I like to help them bring those to life by drawing. And it's just a matter of people contacting me and being willing to spend $5 or $6, because I'm not expensive. I'm quite cheap with it, because all I'm doing is drawing on a computer. It takes me 10-20 minutes. Yeah, and most of the bodies are pre-made. They take a little adjustment, unless it's a specific pose, but even then it only takes about maybe 30 minutes at most. As we see here, because I think doing this picture, this very excellent Wonder Woman, took me maybe in total an hour, but that's because of all the detail. There was a lot of editing I did, and the sheer size of it, because this, I don't know if you have seen the size of all my dolls, but they're not this big. They're not as large as the Wonder Woman I'm drawing. And that's the same can be said for the Iron Man I did and Spider-Man I did already. They're pretty big compared to the other figures I draw. A lot more pixels going into them. But that's all the more reason why I'm so proud of how this Wonder Woman came out, just the body alone, because it came out looking fairly realistic, which I'm proud of. And everything was proportionately acceptable in my own mind, because I'm very anal about doing things, getting things perfect in my own mind. And with this one, I didn't take too many artistic liberties as I did with the Iron Man and the Spider-Man, even though there's only so much artistic liberty you can do with them. I'm thinking about redoing this, or maybe not redoing it, but doing another Wonder Woman, but being a bit more, doing a bit more artistic liberty with it. because with this one, I stuck heavily to the Gal Gadot, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, manifestation of it. Maybe not with the skin tone or the apparent ethnicity of this Wonder Woman, but definitely with the uniform, the outfit that she's wearing, which still comes out well. I think I could have been. I wish I did a little bit more artistic liberty with it, but the way it comes out, I'm really happy with. I don't know. I might do another one later because it was fun drawing this. It came out really well, and as with any artist, that significantly boosted my creativity and my comfort and my morale with this particular subject. So I'm rather happy with it. What do you think?
I love this drawing. It definitely came out a lot better than I was expecting it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was kind of nervous going in on it too, because with the Iron Man, Spider-Man, they're easy to draw because you don't have to worry about emotion, you don't have to worry about facial expressions or even really drawing much of a face. You just draw the eye slits and the design of the mask or the helmet, and you're done. But with Wonder Woman, she really doesn't wear much more than her cuirass, her tassets, and her crown. That's really all there is to her uniform, so you see a lot more human with this character, which means you have to draw a lot more flesh, you have to draw more person, more expression, you have to draw mouth, nose, ears, all the human bodily assets, which I do regularly anyway, but I'm not using my pre-rendered models that I was talking about. So I was really worried about, I was like, oh, it's going to come out looking crappy, it's not going to look the way I want it to, it's going to look fugly, it's going to be uneven, the proportions are going to be weird, and although it is obviously cartoony, as all my art is, which I like it that way, it came out really well, proportionate-wise, and her physique is fairly realistic. It came out real smooth, everything was fine, the contours of everything, the shading of the skin also came out really, really well. Because skin shades, doing them, especially more ethnic skins, can be difficult for me. She still came out significantly wider than I was initially going for, because more tan skin tones are hard for me to do right now. But I'm still happy with it. I mean, it still came out looking pretty damn good. And geez, we're already halfway through this. It amazes me, like, seeing my work unfold, because obviously I speed up the videos. They go by so much quicker than the actual process, because the actual process took me maybe, what did I say, 30, 40 minutes in total?
About an hour, yeah.
About almost an hour. And that's just like the line art, and then there's all the coloring, the recoloring, the texturing, the detail, the special effects I do later and things like that, the blending and everything. I just show the coloring and the line art with these videos, but there's so much more that goes into it, because they're kind of like instructional, like, this is how I drew it, maybe you can draw it the same way, or you can mimic it, you do whatever. And I don't know if I have emulated that yet, but if you guys like what I draw in my videos, feel free to, especially if it's these trademarked characters, go ahead, if you want to copy it, if you want to like practice, if you want to practice your own line art and stuff, go ahead, you know, just, especially if you're practicing with something as abysmal as MS Paint as what I'm working with here, which I don't know if I emulate that enough too. If that's not obvious enough, that's definitely what I'm using. But despite all the heat and the bullshit people give MS Paint, as you can clearly see, you can use it to draw some pretty cool stuff. Digital art is an art. It takes time, and I'm proud of the effort I put into it and how it came out. I still wish I'd taken a bit more artistic liberty with her outfit, and instead of going with like I stayed, I think, too heavily with the movie version of her outfit. It still looks good though. What do you think? You think I look good in an outfit like that?
No.
Think I'd look freaking wonderful?
Oh, heck no. But
No.
honestly, not gonna lie, I feel like if I wore something like that, I would make a good Wonder Woman cosplay.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly.
I mean, your hair is pretty dark, so I can see you pulling it off.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as female cosplays go, I think Wonder Woman is one that's like on every woman's list,
Oh, yeah.
and a few men.
A few.
I've seen some shit, man. I've been to the cons. I've seen some shit. Still haunts my dreams.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, here we go, going to the shield, and the shield was a bit iffy for me, because again, I stuck kinda to the movie version. I took some liberties. As you could see, I simplified it, but it was still kind of tricky for me because it wasn't quite even, and I ended up just, I don't know why I didn't do it from the beginning, just do one corner and then copy paste the rest of it, because I like things to be even and matching, but I wanted to see if I could do it by freehand and do it, and it got close, but I wasn't happy with it because I'm supremely anal about my art, as any artist is. And again, when you have something like computers, you can just copy everything and make it flush and even, which is another thing that bothered me about this art, is because it's very symmetrical. A lot of the art I do is like a side view or an angle view of the character, and this one I just did like a full front view. But because of the pose that I did and how I did it, it kind of makes sense, you know? I still feel like I could have done a different angle, but that's one of the hard parts about these videos for me, is deciding what pose I want. And that's what takes the longest part for me. That's the hardest part, is deciding how I want it to look. And then just saying, screw it, let's just do something and go from there. And sometimes, most of the time it works out, but there are times where I'm like, no, I'm not happy with this, and I'll stop halfway through, scrap the whole friggin' thing, and then start all over. Luckily, that didn't happen here, except for with the arm, which I'm redoing. And that's when I was like, let's just do like the whole like portrait style, have an epic like pose for her just standing and flexing her shit, because yes, queen. No other, no need to describe it any other way than that. I'm getting pretty close to the end here, doing all the details on her van braces. Going to be drawing the sword here in a bit. I hear a kitty cat outside the door. There we go. Adding the arm and starting to figure out where I want it and how it's going to look there. And here we are, starting on the sword. And the fun thing about the sword, I went with a more Scythian style for her sword. That's the one thing I changed from the movie. Because I don't know if a lot of you know this, but the Amazons, despite often being interpreted in Greek mythology, they're not Greek. They're from Scythian lore, and a lot of people actually debate they weren't mythology, they were an actual fighting corps within the Scythian peoples. And for anybody who's ever studied the Scythians, they were obsessed with warfare, which makes sense. And there it is. There she is in all her glory. Okay, so that was my third I guess actually it's my fourth. I forget the Transformers one. It is the third and last of the Hero series that I was doing last month, and I kind of continued into this month. Once again, sorry that it was late, but life happens. And I'm a small YouTuber. I can get away with it for now. But yeah, I will be, with this month, the month of, what is it, June? No, it's June, July, August. The month of August, I will be starting a new new Let's Draw quest, and I will do that soon. Pretty soon, actually. I need to just start pumping these out. Anyway, link is in the description for the excellent Wonder Woman art that I did. You can find it on my Deviant Art. It will also be on my Facebook. Yes, and there's also a link below for this excellent sticker that I drew that you can find on Teespring. You have absolutely no reason buying this. People will judge you and point and laugh at you for having this and many of my other stickers. But it helps support me, and it helps me to do things that I love. And I would greatly appreciate that, fellow denizens of the YouTubes. And fun little fact, commissions are open for art. If you want to contact and talk to me more about that, you can hit me up on my Facebook, which is linked below. Or you can hit me up on DeviantArt. You can message me there, or on Discord. Links also below. And did you want to add anything to the end of this video?
No, I think I'm good.
You sure? You're such a quiet little mouse.
Yes, I am. I would talk more about my channel, but I don't have it like up and running yet with videos.
Yes, that is true. But we will fix that also soon. Thanks for watching. I don't know why you would, but hit the like and subscribe button if this was something that was artistically moving for you. And I will see you in the next weird, pointless art video. Bye-bye.